it is Alexis
and Lilian
and Miso.
So today we are going to talk about cave syndrome.
Is it a real thing?
Do you know what cave syndrome is? Probably not.
Hey, don't assume.
Yeah, no one's really talking about it, so that's what YouTube is all about, right? Start talking about something so that more people talk about it. So let's have a chat.
So let's start off with, what is cave syndrome? It's been 2 years since COVID-19 hit us hard, and we've all gotten very used to social distancing, self-isolation, staying indoors, not hugging friends anymore, not even hanging out with friends anymore. It's just been kind of this isolation pattern, which is strange because I feel like humans need human connection to thrive. Cave syndrome is the fear of then kind of going back into the norm, going to busy places, shaking people's hands, hugging your friends. It's just kind of this like floating anxiety that's just sitting there and prevents you from then going out and doing these things.
Now, slowly, some countries are like opening up again. Here in the Netherlands, they dropped almost all of the COVID rules.
No shaking hands though.
And you still gotta wash your hands. That is like the rule. But for example, Alexis and I tonight are going to our first concert in like so long.
Yeah.
Last weekend we went out to like a fully busy club night again. 1G, so everyone had to get tested. But it's like those feelings of being in a crowd again and socializing again and hugging everyone again.
And it's kind of like, how do I do this?
Yeah, going back to the office or going back to class, all of those feelings. It's like, it's something that we were so used to, but after not having had that for over a year, it's just really difficult. It's very overwhelming to get back into that. So there's two different kinds of people that have cave syndrome. One group is the one that is still very kind of like afraid of COVID-19, of getting the coronavirus, catching it, getting really sick. Okay, the government dropped all the rules, but I still don't feel comfortable. I still don't think it's safe out there. And that is like, I'm still gonna stay home in my little cave because that's where I know that I'm safe.
Which is reasonable. Like, we all don't want to get sick, but it's when it gets to like a certain degree that you aren't living your life anymore, I think that's when it gets a little...
And then there's the other group that is more like the social aspect of it. Because especially for me, I've always been an introvert, and so going through these long periods where you're not socializing, it becomes then even more overwhelming to be again in those social situations. A lot of people around you, a lot of conversations happening at the same time. I remember when we had, after 1 year of the pandemic, a little like New Year's get together with like 8 other people. I was so overwhelmed because I had only seen like the 2 same friends for like 7 months.
And I'm like, whoa!
And
finally!
I was like, how do I navigate having different conversations in the room and like talking to everyone? I was just like on the couch. I was like, I don't know how the hell people do this. Like, I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you. And then everyone's just like, how are you? And then I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Just easily overwhelmed by it, yeah.
So it's called cave syndrome because your home is your cave.
I like it.
Here you're safe. You know you're not gonna get sick if you stay home.
And you build also like a routine in your space. It's like, okay, I get up, I watch a movie, I like do some stretching. You get very comfortable. So it is easy to fall into that and just be like, okay, I feel safe here and I don't really need to do the other stuff.
Yeah. You're working from home or going to classes from home. Is that what they call it? Home class and
home school?
With that, it's almost a kind of laziness also, I find. Like, we've gotten so used to the comfort. It's like going out there and commuting and all of that. Why should I do that? But so I was talking to my coworkers, and like some of them, even though I know they're extroverts and they thrive being around other people, they were saying, I don't really want to go back to the office. Like, I'm fine at home. And I was like, that doesn't seem like you. And then they did go to the office. And then the next day I talked to them and I was like, so it seemed like you had a great time. You stayed out till late. And then he was like, oh yeah, it was great. I forgot how good it feels. I just like had to get out there. And I think only then he realized how like cooped up inside he'd been and like what it feels like to be around other people again. And
because it's just like a natural thing, like talking with people, connecting with people, sharing stories, laughing. Like, yeah, human connection is like super important.
Anyway, what's the purpose of this video? I guess to just be conscious of that if you are having this feeling, or maybe if people around you are having those feelings, it's completely normal.
Yeah, totally.
It's like this thing that we're going through and that we went through, like we have not experienced anything like this. So of course it's difficult to go from one thing to the next, and then we don't know what's gonna happen. Be gentle with yourself and with others, and recognize that and take care of yourself. But at the same time, and this is what I also need to tell myself, don't stay in the cave forever. Like, take it step by step. But something that I've noticed, I started a new job recently, and as a part of that, I have been going to the office more often, and I even did a trip to like an office in another country and like met all these new people and stuff like that.
The pottery thing.
A pottery course. I suck at crafts. I like to think that I'm a creative person, but I'm thinking back at the pandemic. Yes, we started like learning how to DJ, and we've been doing like videos and stuff. But I feel like my creativity was kind of, and my inspiration was kind of like stunted actually during that period.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just to keep it in mind, like we were saying, and be gentle with yourself, but also step out of the comfort zone sometimes.
Yeah, but spread the word about it, because I did inform my colleagues about it, the ones that were like, I'm definitely not going back to the office. I'm like super afraid of COVID. You're like don't want to be around people. And I was like, I think you have cave syndrome. I was like, look it up.
Also be like mindful of maybe friends that are going through this, because obviously some people have it worse than others. So if people do need to like leave a space, allow them to, like,
exactly,
don't make them feel bad about it.
And maybe just plan something smaller at first, to like a dinner and like a group of 2 or 3. You know, it doesn't need to be like 12 people right away. Well, we would love to, as always, hear your thoughts on this as well. Are you familiar with cave syndrome? I mean, obviously we're not the only ones talking about it. What are your thoughts about it? Are you experiencing it? Do you know someone who's experiencing it?
So thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We hope you liked this video, and please give it a share. Just spread the word about cave syndrome. It's a real thing, and yeah, we just kind of need to be talking about it a little bit, you know.
Enjoy your weekend, and
we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. That's right.
Cheers!
Cheers!